Alright, well, let me make sure the stream is up. I'm running real quick. Audio is working, and I got a bloody ad as well. Just wait a few seconds, of course, and we'll get this racing another way. We should have a couple more people show up, I think, mid-session. Alright. Hello everyone, and welcome to round 2 of the League 2 Championship here on PowerTrain Esports. I'm KD1997, your lead commentator for this event, and this time we are racing at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix. Located on the Ile Notre Dame on the St. Lawrence River, the 2.7 mile racetrack was first introduced into Formula 1 back in 1978. It would be renamed the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in the mid-80s after the tragic passing of the great Canadian driver Gilles Villeneuve. It has 14 turns around this racetrack and 3 DRS zones. One that leads down the main straightaway that leads into turn 1, and then the other one that leads at the exit of turn 7 that leads into the chicanes of turns 8 and 9, and then finally down the casino straight at the exit of turn 13, or turn 12, sorry, that leads into turns 13 and 14, which also is most notably the Wall of Champions chicane. So obviously the drivers will have to be quite mindful of a few things. Of course, the main thing being, which of course is the track limits. It is quite tricky around here at Canada, so that's the main thing they have to be careful of. And of course, the curves can be quite nasty a little bit. So yeah, especially at the Wall of Champions. So that's something they'll have to keep in mind. Now, before we go fully focus onto qualifying, there is just a little bit of news to go through first from the previous race at Spain. If I could just pull that up on my phone real quickly. I don't think there was any incident reports. Oh no, oh no, never mind. Got quite a few of them. Right, so the incident between Peter and Cody was ruled as a racing incident. Turboman was given 2 license points for no footage. Actually, no, he got 3 license points, 2 for no footage, 1 for the incident between himself and Ville's English villain. The other one is an incident between English villain and Mr. Reyna that was given as a license point and a 5-second time penalty to Mr. Reyna, and a further 2 license points for no footage. Death Dragon got 5 seconds removed, and then the other one was an incident between Wilson, which we call on stream, between Wilson, Gabby, and Slayer. Slayer would be given a 3 license points and a 15-second time penalty for the collision. And then, probably the biggest one of them all, the incident between Albo and Ashtube, which we caught on stream on the final lap. The overtake that he did at turn 10 was ruled as not legal, and he was given a penalty for that. So he was given, I believe, a 5-second time penalty and just 1 license point. In the Drivers' Championship, currently it is Death Dragon that leads the way on 36 points, followed by Ashtube in second with 31. Then it's Albo in third with 26. And also keep in mind this was a sprint, so that's why the points may seem a little bit different. Movement Ninja in fourth with 16 points, and then Marsky rounds out the top 5 with 13 points. Well, that's pretty much it. We can now fully focus on this qualifying session. Hello, Death Dragon as well. I know you're one of the late drivers that will be joining us, so hopefully you'll join us soon. And also, a very interesting time. It seems like we're in the evening phase of this, but I guess Avo didn't set the correct time, but whatever, we'll roll with it, I guess. We'll ride along with Miguel, the reserve driver for this race. We'll give you a proper tour of the racetrack. Down the main straightaway, up towards turn 1, down to turn 1, down to third gear. Keeps it in third gear as well up through turn 2. It's a very tricky traction zone, very easy to lose the back end at turn 2. Now heads up towards turns 3 and turn 4, fifth gear. Very nicely done. It's a bit of a dip when you go through there. Now through the kink of 5, up towards turn 6 and 7, down to third gear. Modulates the throttle there. It's a very tricky traction zone as well. Turn 6 and 7. Opens the DRS. Now heads up towards turns 8 and 9. Peak speed, 194 miles an hour at entry. And then brings it down to fourth gear. Nicely done there from Miguel. As Swanshanks goes to the top of the 10-8. Up towards now the hairpin of turn 11. Very nicely done there. Maybe missed the apex a little bit. To the kick at 12. Now up at the DRS. We'll head down the casino straight. Hello there, Jonesy and Origlass. Unfortunately, also Origlass couldn't make it apparently. Oh, and yep, there you go. That's the whole thing there about the World Champion chicane. Got too much of it, and yeah, you get an invalidation, and that's exactly what happened to Miguel. Yeah, you got to be very careful through there. Actually did 11.5. I think he's done that on the medium tire. He has. So he's done 11.5 on the mediums. Swanshanks with a 10.8. That was on the soft tire. As Sousa goes to second with a 111.4. So man on a lap. English villain hasn't validated his flying lap. As that was Lewis, I believe, that just came across. Did a 110.9. For reference of the pole time for League One yesterday, it was a 1 minute 9.949, I believe it was. That was set by Sam Swift. Let's see if anyone can maybe challenge that. Right now, I think they're just gone to the board there. 112.3 for the McLaren. Get rid of that. We don't really necessarily need the tire graphic because everyone will be doing the laps on the soft compound tire. Alba making his way up towards turn 11. Let's see what the clock says. It's a 41.7 for the Mercedes-Benz. That's not too bad, actually. That's a pretty good middle sector. Heads around the hairpin. Now down the second DR straight. The casino straight. Opens DRS. Heads up towards now turns 13 and 14. Towards the wall of Champion Chicane. Down to 5th, down to 4th. Gets through there very cleanly. Opens the DRS. We'll head up towards the line. It's going to be a 1 minute 10.1 set by Albo. So he's now on pole for just the moment there by just a couple of hundredths. Ashton, meanwhile, is improving by 3/10. He's been on those tires for a while, mind you, as well. Still got a few times that have yet to be set. Moving Ninja is on a flying lap on the medium compound tire. Miguel's on another lap. He's now back again on the soft compound tire. Opens the DRS, heads up towards now the wall of champions. Peak speed, 206, 207, indicated there. Out of the chicane, down the main straightaway, opens the DRS, crosses the line, will set a 110.405. That'll put him just at third for the time being. Vintage reserving today in the Red Bull there. I think making his debut as well for PowerTrain. I think in the more equal performance category, because usually he races in the realistic. Sets up on a flying lap. Hello there. What's going on in between these two? Oh, and that's impeded, I think, Vintage's lap. Yep. Two cars were just sitting in the middle of the corner there, and Vintage literally had nowhere to go. Yeah, that's quite literally impede him. I got a 16 car field at least. It's not too bad at least. I'll give it that. Actually, we'll go back into pit lane shortly. Marsky and Lube Boy. I know 8th and 9th. Lube Boy's not really on a flying lap. Marsky, I think, is on a flying. No, he's not. He's invalidated. Yeah, that's gonna be a common theme here. Alright, Swanee on that lap. Yeah, not really too many people on a flying lap it seems, or like on the legit flying lap. But yeah, I've never seen Canada like in the evening portion before. Does look quite cool though, I will give it that. But yeah, I've never seen it this way. And also, I wonder if we're going to see some sort of wet weather interference coming into the race. Remember, we did see that yesterday quite a bit in League 1 last night, as English Finland goes to 10th with a 1:12.0. Yeah, it's quite notorious around Canada as well, the wet weather conditions. Let's see here, Vintage on a flyer. Yellows are out sector 2, that must be Swanee getting out of the way. That's at the hairpin of turn 11. Speaking of which, Vintage is coming up towards that corner just about now. 43.3 indicated there for the Red Bull driver as he makes his way out of the hairpin. Now he heads out down the Casino Straight, the second DRS straight. Opens the DRS, will head down towards the Wall of Champions. Peak speed 198 indicated. He's using quite a bit of wane there if he's running with that top end speed. As Vintage goes to 13th with a 12.5. Death Dragon has invalidated. He will not set a legit lap for that occasion. Swanee, though, is up by just nearly 0.2 of a second to the first sector. Out of turn 7, heads up towards now turns 8 and 9. Opens the DRS. Peak speed from the Welshman, 192 miles an hour. As he heads up towards, oh, invalidates there, cuts too much of turn 9. Yeah, I don't like that complex with these cars. It just bottoms out the car a little bit when you go through that apex of turn 8. You just get like a very weird entry, or you just get your car just bottoms out and your back end just steps out. As Miguel, I believe, who just improved there? I think that was Ashtube, I believe there. Oh no, he's on a legit flying lap. Who was it then? It was probably Lewis, I think. Yeah, 110.9. Ashtube, though, is up by just over 1/10 of a second to the first sector as he makes his way up towards now turns. Oh, invalidates there. A lot of invalidation so far in this session. Hello, Slayer. Good to see you as well. Alright, let's see, who can we find? Literally nobody seems to be on legit laps. Let's see if Swanee's trying to improve. He is up, but not by much to what he was before. He's up by just over 1/10 of a second. Last time before that, he was up by nearly 0.2 of a second. Apparently purple according to the minimap. Lewis will go again. Ashtube will cross the line, will set. Oh, he just invalidated. That's right, I forgot about that. Turbo Man, let's see what you're up to. He is down by 0.2 of a second to the first sector, so he won't be improving there. Swanee is down by just over 1/10. He does have the Wall of Champions to negotiate. And he decides to fail on the lap. So, won't be improving on that occasion then. Death Dragon out of bow. He'll be getting ready shortly. Got about 5 minutes to go here in qualifying. As Ashtube has crashed out. That is at the exit of turn 9 that he's done that. Where's he done it? On the right side? Yep. Wow, he did that quite a ways. Trying to save the car, it seemed, and unfortunately he just binned it into the wall. Not very good news for the Dutchman, so that means the best he can hope for is 6th. Marski up by just nearly 0.4 of a second to the first sector. Heads up towards the middle sector. What will the clock say for him? He's up by 7/10 of a second. I think with that sort of improvement, he can challenge, I believe, Sousa for 7th. It's down the second DRS straight up towards now turn 13 and 14. Just a few more quarters to negotiate. Brings it down to 5th, down to 4th. Very nicely done there. Opens DRS. Heads up to the line. Will set a 1:11.3. It was close. It was just only 8th quickest. Gabby on an outlap right now. Lou Boy. Let's see if he's going to improve here. I never caught what he did in the middle sector, but I think he is improving. Yep, he is definitely going. Oh, well, he's not going to now. Invalidates at the final chicane. That means he invalidates this and the next lap. Yeah, you can see that it still is red on the minimap. Because, yeah, when you've cut too much of that chicane, it'll invalidate this and the next one. Hello, Swanee. Death Dragon now finally gets a time on the board. He does a 1:10.6. Into 4th place for the Aston Martin driver. As Albo has elected to retire. Not sure if that's the wisest thing to do, considering that Turbo Man isn't too far away from him. Those two are separate by just 0.03 of a second, so there's still a few drivers that can actually beat Albo's time. Unless he wants to save some tires. Gabby has retired as well. He's crashed out at turns 3 and 4. Oh, yep, there it is. 2 Williams cars out of qualifying. Astute crashing out at turn 9. Gabby crashing out at turn 4. Of course Jonesy would put those emojis up. Yeah, where are you at, Swanee? These are pretty good, though, I will say. 10.8. Currently in 5th. Honestly, no, Swanee's actually done pretty well so far. Yeah, no, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, 10.8. I think he can still improve on that. He's definitely got more time in him, as I've seen from the other runs. But he's not coming out. He better hope he gets out soon. There's a minute 40 to go. He needs to get out within like 20 seconds, as Lou Boy is now crashed out at turns 3 or 4. Where has he done this? Vitches is also done, and he's on the right side of the wall. So 2 Mercedes Paris cars out of qualifying. Right, Sousa is on a flyer. No, he's not. He's on a flyer. I was going to say he was. Lewis says invalidate this in the next lap, so you have to try and go back around and do another lap. Hopefully he has enough fuel to do a run. Death Dragon has invalidated his lap time. How about Turbo Man? He is on a flying lap, and it's not invalidated. Let's see if he can do this. The clock says he is down by 65 thousandths of a second. Miguel makes his way up towards the hairpin of turn 11. Mr. Rain has also crashed out at turn 4. That's now the 3rd driver I've seen done that. As Miguel is up by 1/10 of a second. He needs to find at least a couple more if he needs to challenge Albo for pole position. Out of the casino straight we go. Up towards now the chicane of turns 10 and 11. 4th gear. Opens the DRS. Heads up towards the line. Can this be pole position for Miguel? The answer is no. Misses out by just less than 1/10 of a second. Turbo Man is down by 50 thousandths. Can he find time, though, in this final chicane? He needs at least 0.03 of a second. Opens the DRS. Will cross the line. No, he doesn't improve. DJ Death Dragon is invalidated, not going to improve. Swanee, I think, missed the line there. Not going to improve. Lewis is up by 0.2 of a second, though, to the 1st sector as he makes his way around turn 7. Sousa's also on a flying lap. Movement Ninja is invalidated, not going to improve. Marski is down by 3/10. I don't think he'll improve on that. Styles doesn't even bother doing a lap. He just stays in the pit lane. Lewis is up, but only by 3/10. He really needs a magical final sector if he wants to challenge for pole position. Let's see, what about Sousa? He's coming up to the line. He'll be the first one to cross this whole group. Oh, as Lewis hits the wall of champions. Crosses the line as Sousa improves by a 10th. Lewis, though, improves to 4th position with a 10.5. So Albo's time could not be beaten. Did one legit lap, and that was it. And he will be started on pole position, beating out Turbo Man by 3/100ths of a second. Yeah, no driver went into the 9s on this occasion. So Alba was on pole, followed by Turbo Man right behind him on the front row. Yeah, I remember you did in realistic. 10.9 you said on in the Red Bull, if I remember correctly. There you go, Alba on pole, followed by Turbo Man, Miguel, Lewis, Death Dragon, Swan Shanks. Ashley will start 7th, so he did his best lap on the medium tire. He definitely probably had more time, for sure. Sousa in 8th, followed by Movement Ninja. Marski, Mr. Reyna, English Villain, Gabby, Vintage, and Stalt, who did not even do a flying lap at all, will start from the very back. I try to remember, how did you mess it up? I can't quite remember. That race has been a distant memory. It's been so long since I've only raced like 3 or 4 races also in realistic. Yeah, Slayer puts me in the worst car possible, puts me in the AlphaTauri. Realistic is cheating anyway, begging faster cars than everybody else just so you could keep up. I mean, you're not totally wrong. Yeah, then also people get quite desperate as well, especially if you're in the crappy car. But yeah, you do better in terms of performance. Alright, so no formation lap. We're going straight to the race. 5 red lights for the Canadian Grand Prix. Drive-through penalty for Sousa and for Swanee as well. As we're now underway. Can I get rid of that strategy there? Alba leads the way into turn 1. Into turn 2. Miguel and Lewis side by side, heading through turn 2. A little bit of shuffling going about as well. Everyone seems to have gone through it relatively okay. As we go through side by side, Swanee and Movement Ninja, as Movement Ninja gets in front of the Haas. Sousa down to 14th after also getting a drive-through penalty that he'll have to serve. Same with Swanee, he'll have to serve his drive-through penalty as well. They have to serve over the next 3 laps. Meanwhile, through the chicane, everyone pretty much on the mix of strategies. Most of them on the hard compound tires, from what I can tell. The top 2, though, on the mediums is Turbo Man. Can't find a move there into turn 11. Stays behind. Lewis and Miguel, side by side. Miguel gets ahead of the Alpine up to 3rd position there. As they now make their way down the Casino straight. No DRS, they'll be enabled in a couple of laps. English Villain gets ahead of Swanee. Now Lewis and Miguel once again side by side. This time it's the Alpine that gets a better legs but gets a bad exit out of turn 14, and here comes the AlphaTauri. To draw alongside, he should be able to get by into turn 1. No, not quite. I thought he would, but the Alpine still keeping the fight alive. Into turn 2, now heads up to turn 3, bit of contact. Up towards turn 3 and 4. Contact again, as also Miguel does his Vettel impression through the grass. But stays in front. No penalty as well. And a big send as well from the Alpine of Lewis. And he gets in front. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Big shuffling, big fighting as well. But it's costing them time to the top 2. Meanwhile, though, speaking of side-by-side, Ashtube also side-by-side. Oh! As Moving Ninja nearly had a moment there too with Ashtube. Here comes also English Villain to draw alongside the Williams. Down the outside they go. He goes, I should say. Oh, and he hits the wall. Does he have damage though? I don't think so. As Turbo Man now overtakes the Mercedes for the lead. How about does he fight? The answer is no, he stays behind. No need to do that just quite yet. Look at all the cars just brushing against the wall. Actually, I think one just at the wall there at the background. From what I just saw, that might have been Marfsky. Turboman does set the fast lap with a 139 DRS enabled. Now Swanee and Sousa did also serve their drive-through penalties. They're now towards the rear of the field. Moving Ninja already now has a penalty. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And now same with Lewis for cutting too much of turn 6. 7 out of 10 between the top 2 as DRS is enabled for Albo. And same story with Miguel. Not close enough though to attack Lewis into turns 8 and 9. Now he gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. Both AlphaTauris now got penalties. Draws alongside into turn 11. Hard on the brakes. Oh, but might have overshoot the corner just a little bit. But still stays in front of him. Fair credit. And I think he will get DRS as well. Yeah, he will, because he was behind him in the detection zone. And here comes Death Dragon. Look at the speed he's got in that Aston Martin! Oh my goodness, he nearly... Oh dear, the Alpine had to cut the track. Jesus Christ! That Aston has some straight line speed. Here comes Aston to the inside. Contact between the two cars, between the two blue cars. But they both get through. My goodness me. Action in the midfield so far. But yeah, it's helped the top 2 pull away. Mr. Rare now has a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. Already we got 4 drivers with penalties. Gabby is in the pit lane. He must have suffered some sort of damage. Oh dear, as now we got damage as well. A spin from English Villain. I think Marcy's got damage. I did see a bit of Ferrari front wing or something came off. Oh, it wasn't a Ferrari. Who was it then? I definitely saw an end plate come off from somebody's car. Is it? Oh, that's who it was. It was Mr. Reyna that got front wing damage. So he got collected in that sort of incident. That's very unfortunate for the McLaren driver. He'll have to go in to get that front wing fixed. And here comes Ashtube. Pretty much straightforward there. Takes the position away from Lewis up to 5th. Meanwhile, though, top 2. Oh, hello. More position changes here. Look. Holy crap. Lewis there. Going around the inside there at turn 1. He gets past Mr. Ray with DRS. As he gets a penalty there, Mr. Ray, for multiple warnings. Still will keep going with that damage front wing, but he's going to be losing time and positions if he keeps staying out there. Nice little aerial shot there looking over a little bit of the St. Lawrence River and also a bit of this middle sector. It actually looks pretty, I will say. It looks very pretty, the track in the evening part of time. It actually looks cool. I actually would probably ask, hey, could we probably have that as a time? Oh, Lube Boy. Oh, hello, cars off the road. Lube Boy was off the road. There were a couple other cars off the road. Lube Boy drops down to 12th. Now right behind Mr. Reyna. Yeah, there was a car in the grass, and cars that nearly hit the wall there at turn 11. Now Mr. A goes into pit lane to get that front wing fixed. Yeah, he'll need a safety car to get him in this race again. Save for quite a few others. Alright, 7/10 the gap. Let's see what the battery life is like for the pair of them. Albo still got a lot of battery. Same story with Turbo Man, considering that he is in front. He's got 70%. He has burned a bit. Alba, though, he doesn't really need to burn much of it, but yeah, Turbo Man's doing a good job, actually. Even no battery to burn, he's still doing a very good job. Oh, new follower, Dots Neffel. I'm guessing you're one of the friends for Sousa, I'm gonna guess. Well, welcome, and thanks for the follow as well. Alright, back onto the main straightaway. Death Dragon trying to hunt down Miguel. Half a second is the margin between these two. And unless we get a safety car, it's going to be looking like we're going to have different groups of battles, I probably would say. Villain overtakes Lou Boy. That is for 11th as Lewis gets a penalty for multiple warnings. What has he got already? He's got 6 seconds, so him and Reno got 6 seconds. Big L's got 3 along with Moomin Ninja and Gabby. Hey Mushroom, good to see you in the chat as well. Swally's a plonker. Well, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, he did get a drive-through penalty earlier. Our English villain gets a penalty for multiple warnings. Did Turbo Man break out of DRS? He did just slightly to get away from Albo. I'm guessing Albo must have made a mistake somewhere because he has burned up a little bit of battery as well just to try to keep up with the Alfa Romeo. Oh, what a big collision to the Wall of Champions. Was that with Moomin Ninja? Was it with Moomin Ninja and Lewis? Oh, I think that action says it all there. It must have been a collision between Lewis and Moomin Ninja. He went straight across and said, hey, what were you doing? You just destroyed my front wing. It had to have been a collision. It had to from that action I just saw. And they still are still scrapping out. Come on, no need to get that aggressive. I get you're frustrated, but no need to take your anger that badly on them. Just report the incident, get the pit lane, get your front wing changed, pray for a safety car because that's really what you're going to need at this point. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you were a bit of a Twitch prison, weren't you, Mushroom? Well, good to see that you're out of it. Yeah, I probably would have had to start a petition. Alright, meanwhile, though, top two now closer to each other again with DRS, with Alba following Turbo Man. Moomin Ninja goes into pit lane, and same with Lewis. Did he give him damage from what those little actions I just saw? Probably. Yeah, apart from a few incidents, I'm surprised we haven't had safety car yet. But no, it's been actually quite tameable at least, I guess. Some of these guys are dangerous. Yeah. Well, the man at P2 I know had some dangerous actions against me. No, not quite. It was just only one. It was just him punting me on the first lap of last night's race. But I know Albo can be quite aggressive, that's for sure. Moomin Ninja, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Everyone towards the rear of the field has got penalties, pretty much. Jesus, Vintage really missed the apex there at the chicane. As Lewis now picks up a penalty from multiple warnings. Yellows. Oh, and Lewis has hit the wall! Safety car has been deployed for the debris on the racetrack. Oh, can he get the car back? There you go, he's back in the right direction, thankfully. How did he end up on the left side of the... There must have been something with him and Moomin Ninja, surely. He was really close to him. Lewis is retired in the pits. Or no, I think he's retired on track. Yeah, he's retired on track. Yep, there he is. I can see the car still dawdling around. And he's left the session. Okay. And Miguel has shot himself in the foot. A drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. And Death Dragon's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As hard tires now come on for Turbo Man and for Albo. Miguel would have been in a prime position on the medium tire, but unfortunately he's got to drive through to serve. Now Marsky has to drive through to serve. Jeez, Oprah's definitely in attendance. Giving out these penalties, it seems. We've had 4 drive-through penalties, quite a bit of multiple warning penalties, and yeah. Lots of penalties, it seems. You get a penalty, you get a penalty, everybody gets a penalty. Literally everybody. At least a good thing for Swanee and for... who was it that they got the drive-through penalty? I think it was Sousa. At least it helps them get back in someone in this race. But yeah, if you want the indication of who's got what, just to refresh your memory, Miguel's got a drive-through, Marcy's got a drive-through. Death Dragon got the 5 seconds for speed in the pits. Villain's got a 3-second penalty, 3 seconds worth of penalties. Moving Ninja's got 6. Same with Reina and Gabby has 3. So both McLarens have the most penalties out of the whole lot. Also, I have noticed a little bit of something as well. Someone's got a yellow icon on the fuel gauge. He must be low on fuel, I'm gonna guess. It's if it goes Vintage to change onto a set of mediums. Supposedly. I mean, he has made a pit stop at least there, Mushroom. Righto. Well, it's either we're going to do one more lap under the safety car, or we'll probably have the safety car come in this lap. I imagine. Yeah, we're just waiting on Gabby, who's about... he's just coming up to turns 3 and 4. Just needs to catch up to this pack of cars. Yeah, I know. Marfsky's got to drive through and say with Miguel. I kind of pointed that out a little bit, but yeah. Oh, please do not tell me this will be a late call from the safety car. Please do not tell me this will be a late call from the safety car. Oh, what do you know? It's a late call from the safety car. Fantastic. That's Curry's joint. I don't even know who that is. Well, he's left the session. Of course, a late call from the safety car because Gabby catches up to the pack. whilst they were going down the straight. Right. Doberman now leads the way. We're back under green flag conditions once again here at Canada. Now we're getting through relatively okay from what it looks like. No incidents from what I can tell. Villain though looking to the inside, can't make the move there at turn 1 on Marsky. Out of turn 2, heading up towards turns 3 and 4. Stalls. Oh, he's in the barrier there on the right hand side. Side by side as well. Swanee and Lou. Boy! Swanee goes off the track. He does a Vettel impression. But doesn't cut. Oh, well, I was going to say didn't cut in front of somebody, but he kind of did on Mr. Reyna. Oh, that's a long time I've seen that octopus. I remember from a couple of years ago. Or at least I think it was a couple of years ago. I can't remember. But yeah. Good old octopus. Marsky, Villain, side by side once again, this time at turn 11. Then McLaren will get in front, I think. Marsky, though, not giving up the fight into there. Does get by, there you go. Albo has got, oh, he got multiple penalties there. 3 seconds for corner cutting, and I think he got another one for multiple warnings. Yeah, he did. Ouch, that is not going to be good. But also, Turboman got a penalty. Actually, what did he get? 3 seconds. Yeah, right. Okay. That's interesting. I've never seen that. Where you get multiple warning penalties and a quarter cutting penalty at the same time. But there you go. 3 cars in the pits. Marsky, Swanshanks. Oh, it's Styles too, yeah. Wow. So, Swanshanks, well, it looked like his race was recovered. Unfortunately, it's not so much. I think we might have jinxed him there, unfortunately. Miguel, though, will have to serve that drive-through penalty, though, in the next couple of laps. If he doesn't, he obviously will get disqualified. Marsky did serve his drive-through penalty, and that's all to the wounds. He gets a penalty for also. Oh, he's put it into the wall. I think he's done that. That did not look like that was accidental to me. Safety car has been deployed. Yeah, okay. Well, that sucks for Miguel because he can't serve that drive-through penalty yet. He has to wait until the green flags come out. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. And little crash. Miguel just gets at a vintage, but there's no way you could have lost control at the exit of that corner. No way. No, I don't think you'll get disqualified. If the safety car does come out when during the period that you still have to serve your drive-through, it's still it won't count like as, you know, actual green flag laps. It'll just, yeah, you just have to serve it as quickly as possible. But yeah, I don't know what to make of that. That kind of looked sus to me, though, that crash with Marsky. I mean, I hate to, you know, jump to conclusions about that, but yeah, that did not look right to me. But nevertheless, it's brought out another safety car in this race, the second one of this race. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. But I guess it is what it is, supposedly. Yeah, we're just now waiting for everyone just to file back up, I suppose, and we'll get back under green flag conditions shortly. Hopefully we'll stay that way too. How many did we have yesterday in League One? We had like a couple, didn't we? If I remember correctly. Yeah, I think we had like 2 or something like that. For League 1 and 2, it's normal points, normal F1 points. I think for realistic, it's the MotoGP points. Oh. Just get that report, just put in a report for it and see if you can get that penalty removed. Yeah, that was very weird that you got a multiple warning penalty and a quarter cutting penalty. I've never seen that happen at the same time. But yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, like the MotoGP points, it's basically the top 15 that score points in MotoGP. But yeah, in normal F1, it's top 10 that score points. Anyway, it looks like we'll be getting going shortly. And there we go again. Oh, his elbow's hit the wall. He's hit the wall, the exit of the wall of champions. We're back under green again. Does he suffer any sort of damage? I don't think so. Oh, Miguel's been disqualified for ignoring the drive-thru. He should have pitted immediately as soon as that happened. Well, there you go. Astube 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. We've got penalties galore here at Canada. It's from every sort of aspect that you could ever imagine. Albo is definitely losing time, so I think he might have suffered damage from when he hit the wall. Because now Turbo Man's pulling away. He's got 2.5 seconds between himself and Albo, and the gap's still increasing. Villain's looking to look to the outside here at turn 11. But can he make it work? Oh, he's going to get shoved a little bit off. I think Albo's got damage. We'll see if he does go into pit lane. Ashimo takes vintage. Death Dragon follows suit with that straight line speed. Albo does stay out, so he's not going to pits. He's not going to the pits, so maybe he just made a genuine mistake, I guess. Yeah. Everyone in the top 4's got penalties there. Turman and Englishville got 3 seconds. Alba and Movement Ninja got 6 seconds with the penalties. Yeah, I thought that if he would have like had one, I thought he had one more lap to serve the drive-through, but I guess he didn't. I guess, like, when the safety car came in, that was, like, his only chance. Down the inside goes Ashtube into turn 11. Down the hairpin. Overshoots the corner a little bit. Lou Boy will have the... Well, I thought he would have the better exit, but apparently not so. Ashtube got the better exit. And the Williams, I meant to say. Well, speaking of the Aston Martin, how much straight line speed does... I'm curious to know what Death Dragon's wings are. That is ridiculous. Does he overtake Ashtube here? With that straight line speed? No, not quite. He doesn't have the run. I do agree with that. The game is stupid for its drive-through penalties. I do agree. I mean, there's numerous things. It's not just that. I mean, drive-throughs, the virtual safety car, Delta. Oh, especially the Delta. I hate VSC Deltas. They are the worst to deal with. Ashton looked for a move there, and Moving Ninja not close enough as Moving Ninja cuts the corner. Compromises Ashtube, and here comes Death Dragon. 3 abreast almost into turn 11. Down the inside goes the Aston into the hairpin. He gets in front. Oh, contact between the Mercedes and the Williams. Sousa runs into him. Oh, sorry, that was the Aston Martin of Sousa. That's not the Mercedes. Or was it Lou Boy? I'm not quite entirely sure. I thought it was a Mercedes. Through the chicane. I think that might have been Lou Boy that might have made contact. Moving Ninja, can he find a move? The answer is no. Albo is still losing time, as Moving Ninja now gets a penalty for multiple warnings. Miguel has left the session. I mean, don't blame him for it, I guess. After getting that disqualification. Very unlucky. Very, very unlucky. Death Dragon not close enough to attack. English villain. Tell you what though, Death Dragon does not have a single penalty to his name. If he keeps it clean, he might actually be in a very, very good position, I'd say. Well, there you go. He's going to line up a move on the McLaren. Doesn't seem so straightforward, but now he's in front. A little shuffling towards the midfield, I think, from what I saw. Sousa, can he line up a move? Not close enough to attack the Mercedes into turn 1. Let me look at the situation again with penalties. The gap right now is about less than 6 seconds between Death Dragon and Turbo Man. He is catching Albo though, and he is on a fresh set of mediums. Oh, the VSC's been deployed. What for this time? What's it for? Trying to see. It hasn't evolved into a full safety car, so I don't know. I'm trying to see who it is. Front runners look fine. Everyone else behind looks fine. It looks like. Oh, that explains it. Mr. Ray got damaged. No front wing on that McLaren, so yeah, that's why we've got a virtual safety car. Albo gets a drive-through penalty for being under the VSC as he was entering pit lane. You are kidding. That's a complete joke. Front wing change as well. Oh, that's a complete joke. He was just going into pit lane and yeah, he gets a drive-through for it. Blue Boy also getting involved in the pits, just double stacking. Everyone else pitting. Back under green again. Few drivers that let you to go to the soft tires. That's Styles and English villain. Everyone else is on the mediums. Fresh set of mediums. Yeah, I thought Albo had front wing damage. Both Aston Martins as well do not have penalties, so this is an opportunity though for Death Dragon to try to close up. He needs to close up by like 3 seconds. That's what he's got to do. He's on the fresh set of medium compound tires. He just needs to push. I mean, we'll see, Mushroom. Like I said, he's going to close up by about 3 seconds. Yellow's out. Who's this? Oh, hello. That's... Who was that? Someone just collided the wall of champions. That was AshTube. So he collided the wall of champions, so he'll have to get that front wing fixed. Still got a bit of ways to go in this race, but over 10 more laps. 6 seconds the margin between Turbo Man and Death Dragon. At least you found some sneakers, I suppose, there, Mushroom. Down the Casino straight, 5.9 seconds. Gap is slowly shrinking, but he needs to close up a bit more. Death Dragon needs to close up, I think, by like, I would say probably about 4/10 a lap in order for him to like be in a position to beat out Turbo Man on penalties. Meanwhile, Albo has DRS on the Alpine there of Hungry Styles. Gets through there. Styles doesn't even bother fighting. But he still has that drive. I think he still has that drive through he has to serve, doesn't he? No, he doesn't, actually. Has chip into the pits, unfortunately, there for the Dutchman. Yellow Sector 3. Swan Shakes is out of the race. And we've got another safety car that's been deployed. Another safety car has been deployed. Swan Shakes crashed it out of the wall of champions. Right, well, there we go again. So that will neutralize the whole field again. Does Turbo Man go into the pits? He does go in. And same with Death Dragon. They're both into the pits. This is really ruined Turbo Man's race to win this. Well, he's in a prime position to win it, and now he's got to deal with Death Dragon behind him with a penalty. And Death Dragon's back onto a set of mediums. That's the old set, I believe, that he used. English Villain stays out. But does he get ahead of the Alpha? No, he doesn't. Yeah, a few other drivers going onto the soft tire. Gabby's onto the soft. Sousa on the mediums. A lot of mixed strategies. Albo, though, will stay behind Vintage. Lou Boy in 8th. Moving Ninja coming out of the pits on the soft compound tire. Can he beat out Mr. Reyna? The answer is yes. Yeah, I just gotta be out just for a few seconds, real quickly. I'm back. Sorry, I just had to take care of something real quick. Right, so we're still under the safety car conditions. We still got about 11 more laps to go. Or no, 11 more laps? Yeah. No, 10 more laps left under this race. Alright, so you got a few drivers on the softs, a couple of drivers on the medium tires. As the safety car will now go back into the pits. And we'll get back under green as Turbo Man goes to a complete dead stop. Everyone's all bunched up because of that. And a 5-second penalty for Lou Boy for a severe collision. Why did Turbo Man do that? He just like literally stopped the entire field. Well, that might be looked at if I'm totally honest. Might have given some people damage. Albo's overtaking Vintage. You're not supposed to do that. Now he gets the position back. Okay, I have no idea what was up with that. That might be looked at what happened with Turbo Man there. But anyway, we're back in the green once again as Mr. Ray gets a penalty for multiple warnings. Turbo Man got a really good jump out of the gates. He's already about 1.3 seconds ahead of Villain. Making the way through turns 3 and 4. Lube Boy and Moomin Ninja are side by side. Heading through the chicane. Lube Boy gets a penalty there for multiple warnings at turns 3 and 4. Oh, I cannot find a move there to turn 6. Not close enough to attack. Turbo Man starting to pull away. It seems like Death Dragon has the better pace advantage. Doesn't matter what tire he's on. He does have the better pace. But hasn't really been able to close up enough on English Villain. Ash Tube overtakes Lube Boy there for 9th place. Albo overtakes Vintage there. That is for 6th position. As Turbo Man sets the fastest lap with a 111.789. No DRS enabled. Yeah, that'll be enabled on the next lap. Through 3 and 4 up towards turn 5 and 6. And no DRS yet. As Villain's now 3.5 seconds behind Turbo Man. Turbo Man really pulling away here. That's not very good for Death Dragon. Yeah, that's the one thing he didn't need, was to be stuck behind that McLaren. Oh, here comes the Mercedes of Albo to the inside, peeking his nose in on Sousa, but not close enough. Death Dragon draws alongside the McLaren. They're heading up towards the chicane. He's also out of battery. Death Dragon finally gets through. He's up into 2nd position. But here comes the McLaren to fight back into turn 1. Oh, there's contact. Not close enough there for the McLaren to overtake the Aston Martin. I think that's what I was trying to go with. I kind of mixed up my words. Now the gap is 4.8 seconds. Yeah, Death Dragon might be a bit fuming for being stuck behind that McLaren, who had literally had no pace to catch up to the Alfa Romeo. Meanwhile, though, Sousa, Albo side by side. Sousa stays in front at turn 8. Albo, though, looks left-hand side. He might be boxed in, but Sousa looks inside on Gabby. Gets through there. Oh, contact! Oh my goodness! Albo made a huge send and a spin for the Williams of Gabby. Oh dear, that is definitely going to be looked at. Albo looked like he completely outbroke himself. Yeah, that's definitely... He was down quite a ways. He definitely was not in a position to overtake anybody, from what it looked like. Moomin Ninja gets a penalty for multiple warnings. Alright, we got 6 more laps to go here in this race. Hopefully we'll get done soon. That way I need to get to work like very shortly. Gabby gets a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, as they now make their way down the 2nd DRS straight. Not close enough. Out of 8 and 9. Does Moomin Ninja go for a move on Vintage here into turn 11? At the hairpin. He'll sneak his way in. And a virtual safety car has been deployed. Vitchett stays in. Oh no! The game registers that Moving Ninja was in front of him. That might have been caused by Mr. Reyna, wasn't it? No. Who was it then? Swain's left the session. Vitchett now re-overtakes. Maybe Moving Ninja realized that probably was a mistake. But who caused the virtual safety car? That might be it. Gabby caused it. So he's back into pit lane. Hopefully there'll be no drive-thrus coming up. I've seen so many drive-thru penalties so far in this race. Yeah, gotta keep the delta manageable. Do not want to get that drive-thru penalty. We've seen too many of those today. And we either know another drive-thru penalty. Gabby gets a drive-thru penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. And now we're back under green flag conditions once again. The penalties just keep on racking. Moving Ninja overtakes Vitchett there. As Vitchett hits the wall of champions. That might be damage, I think. Albo overtakes English Villain for third. Out of turn 2 up towards turns 3 and 4. Villain a penalty, multiple warnings. Yeah, Turbo Man's pretty much got this race. No one's really gonna catch him. Unless he makes a mistake. Yeah, well, Albo, who got a drive-through penalty. Oh, and he nearly lost the back end at the exit of turn 9. Jeez, he nearly lost it there. But yeah, I probably would not imagine that dive bomb that he did at the hairpin a few laps ago probably is going to be looked at. Well, he's going to get by Death Dragon. He should be able to. Yep, he does. Now he's back into second position. Alright, 2 more laps to go. Or 3 more laps to go, sorry. Vitchett gets a drive-through penalty for... a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Alright, through turns 3 and 4. Up towards now turns 6 and 7. Albo just trying to pull away as best he can. Death Dragon does have DRS. He'll close up. Albo needs to pull off at least 6 seconds. He might get the 3 seconds that he got for corner cutting removed. But if he does, he might lose the podium. And Death Dragon still has DRS. He was still under a second going to the detection zone. Well, 2 more laps to go in this race. Turbo Man still leads the way. Sousa now overtakes English Villain for 4th. He might be looking at a podium as well. It could be a double podium here for Aston Martin. We'll have to wait and see. Bunch of red lights flashing behind as well. All in his pack. Astrid now overtakes the English Villain as the English Villain made a mistake. At turn 2, he gets through into 5th place. One second the margin. Albo's burned every single ounce of his battery. It's almost the same story with Death Dragon. But he might get DRS, I think, at the hairpin. Turboman will be running the final chicane to start the final lap soon. Death Dragon still does not have DRS, but it doesn't matter. It's still 1.1 seconds. He doesn't need to do anything silly. Just needs to keep within 3 seconds, or 6 seconds really. As Ashton now overtakes Sousa for 4th. Yeah, because I think Alba might get that penalty removed. Moving Ninja gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Yellow flags is entered 2. That's Gabby. That's spun. That's at the exit of turn 9. Oh, he hits the wall there. And Albo's got another penalty. That's pretty much game over for Albo. Like I said, even if he gets that penalty removed, it will be like 6 seconds worth of penalties now. Alright, up towards the hairpin now. But, yeah, it's been a very fine drive from Turbo Man. Pretty much kept his head clean, or kept his head down, kept it clean. No, barely any mistakes. Weaves about to celebrate. He crosses the line. He'll win the Canadian Grand Prix in quite literally a dominant fashion to end out the race. Albo will finish second, but not with the penalties. It will be Death Dragon that will finish in second, and Sousa will finish in third, along with Ashtube, and then Albo, then English Villain. Moving Ninja will finish in 7th position. Styles will overtake him on penalties. Lube Boy finishes in 8th, along with Vintage. He will be the last to cross the line. Yeah, like I said, I don't have time for interviews though, because I seriously have to get to work very shortly. But I'll watch the podium celebration, and I'll give you the unofficial results of the race. English Villain was given driver of the day. And there you go, victory for the Alfa Romeo of Turbo Man. Very nicely done by the Dutchman. There's a Dutch one too on the podium. Very nicely done from Turbo. Pretty much led almost from start to finish, I'd probably say. But yeah, got the fastest lap as well. Doesn't really get the Grand Slam. But yeah, no, he did a fantastic job in today's race. And yeah, double podium for Aston Martin. That'll be great for their Constructors' Championship. And there are your results for the Canadian Grand Prix. Turbo Man wins, followed by Death Dragon, Sousa, Ashtube, Albo, Villain, Styles, Blue Boy, Moomin Ninja, Vintage, Reina, Swan Shakes, Miguel, Marsky, and Lewis. Alright, well, that's good. I'm going to end the stream here because, yeah, like I said, I have to get going. But thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week for round 3 of the championship at the Red Bull Ring for the Austrian